I have to stop listening to myself speak now. Okay, perfect. Okay, hopefully everything works. YouTube says I'm live, so I'm gonna trust it. Yeah, I'm watching myself, so I think I am. Okay, fantastic. Okay, what was I working on? My music is way too loud. Okay. We're doing UI stuff, and this stuff is just disgusting, isn't it? I just went to the exact same function that I was already at. That's fantastic. I don't remember where this was. This is not. Okay. We're almost there, I think. No. No, this isn't it at all. It's entity selection. The stream's current bitrate. It's lower than the recommended. Okay, well, I mean, if you're not coming here for jank, then what are you coming here for? Okay, I'm here. So the idea here is to take the ranges that I'm storing. Take the ranges that I'm storing. I guess that this is quite useless to have open, isn't it? This is also useless. This is where we're at right here. I don't know why I copied this, to be honest. Okay. Good question. What are we doing here? I think we, first of all, we want to take this away because we're not going based on the current entity anymore. So it's going to be based on the editor config min and max values, as I said previously. So I think honestly we're just going to store it, right? So entity selection range pointer range equals editor config. Fantastic. Okay, so I mean we're just going to use range for this, right? We have to use range and then detect the change, right? So range spawn x. shit. Oh, that's annoying. Can I curse? Is that allowed? I don't know. I'll move my terminal out of the way. That's a good idea. Okay. I think I just ask printf for everything, right? I just make a like something like this, right? And then I just go do I really want to write out the I mean, is this what we're doing here? I think so. Are you really doing this to me, Nuclear? Why can't you pass it? Ah, that's so annoying. Because I don't actually need to have one number I'm changing. Like, I'm changing the entire selection, so then I think we can't use property. I don't think we can use property F. I think the play is just do our own like in-house thing where I do an NK label. Okay, I think I see what the play is. I'm gonna do R3 and then just go NK label. Display data, and I don't think I need. You don't need flags, right? That just works. Got your Mappy. Is it align left? There we go. Okay, and then we'll just have an increment and decrement button. I think. It is way too buttons for me. Plus and minus button. I'm going to do an NK button label. CTX. It's going to be just plus and minus. I think that's just going to be the same all the way down. So, I think. I mean, if we're doing this, then we can probably get away with 15 here. I think that's pretty reasonable too. the annoying thing is going to be, how am I going to do this? It isn't bad. I just have to do my own in-house solution for the scale. I want to iterate through the selection for all of these, but I don't want to copy and paste that code. How do I do it? That's a good question. How do I do this? Completely unsure, to be honest. The way I used to do this is that I had a scale variable that was on the editor's struct. The last time I did something like this was that I had like a just at the top of the screen, it was like a not whatever that is. I mean, 10 is pretty big. I'll just put this at the top, I guess. I mean, I already have a scale on this. No. It seems pretty annoying to make a scale just for this, but I think it's just what we have to do. I think that's just what we have to do. Where am I going now? I think probably to where I initialize the editor config would probably be good. And then put in here, let's put in dot scale. Let's zero off. And let's make sure to put a comma there. Okay, then we'll just use the scale for all of this. The question is, like, how do I not copy and paste this? I could just make a function that's like I don't know. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna make a function because I do not want to be copying and pasting for all of these. I think the play is definitely to make a function on. I know that this isn't the correct way though. You know, we could also do this. This is kind of cool. Let's do it after this. I don't know, it just seems right. Yeah, you know, this is not, this is... Okay. And then I can do this, right? Now, don't I have to ask printf all of these? I can't just go... Can I? Yeah, no. No, yeah, I thought I understood that. Yeah. That's fine. Oh, you're gonna make me escape these characters, really? Oh no, you're just being a jerk. Oh no, you're making me escape the plus. Bro. Okay, you know what? I thought that that was gonna be efficient, and then it just turned out to not be, so... Because I have butterfingers, so... Okay. I'm just stalling, to be honest, because I don't want to do this. Okay. Let me just create a new function then. I mean... What is that? Entity... No, I'm cooking it. It's around here. Okay, here it is. I'm just gonna put it here. Never mind. You know what? I decided against it. I think that that isn't what we want to do, actually. I think that we just want to just drop a for loop in here. I think that that's what we're doing. Alright, scale isn't a... I'm going to call this a... Okay, that's working. I think this is just what we're doing, you know? I mean, I know it looks stupid, but I think it's just the way to do it, you know? I mean, the music I'm listening to is so dramatic right now. It just sounds like somebody died. Okay. I mean... yeah, I think you just copy from here down. Hey, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. I'm working on some ugly UI code that is not very fun. It's a lot of copy and paste stuff, so... but it's something that I can't mess up, so I thought I might as well do it live. I mean, if we crash on that, then I don't know what I'm doing at all. Very long compile time. Very long. Okay, what are we doing? Is that the seg fault? Ah, that's the title of the stream. Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's excellent. All right. We should be compiling straight into GDB. Like, I don't even know why I'm pretending that I know what I'm doing. I wonder why. Oh, I know why. I think I know why. God, my laptop does not like streaming, apparently. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. You know what? I think that these are infinity. Because yes. Because we didn't actually like check if we have a selection. Is I kind of forgot the key thing. Guess, I guess if this is greater than 0, then you're good to go, you know? I don't know. I think I'm supposed to delete this now. Okay. I mean, we did crash before we got a selection, so that would, in fact, make a lot of sense. Here we go. We're gonna go straight into GDB because I don't want to wait, to be honest. My music stopped. See if they got a good Corelli playlist. I'm feeling broke today. Concerto Grosso. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we got a little bit further this time before the seg faults. It's still the same place. You know, it's occurring to me that maybe we shouldn't be as printfing stuff that could be infinity. Like, I mean, that just might be like a design issue, to be honest. I just don't understand because I mean, then again, this is just a complete. Did I even? Aha! Yes, that might have to do with it. Add entity to selection. I think we just change entity selection range with this ent. I didn't really think about this. Yeah, I don't know what I was cooking here, to be honest. Void clear entity selection. God, this is gonna be annoying because I have to. Wait, I just literally have to hard code all of this. I mean, it's just not very fun. So I just have to set all of this to infinity. Or what? Oh, I did make this default range thing. I could just do range for every single thing equals default range. Okay. Is this C++? No. This is just plain C. That's probably why it's so cursed, to be honest. But I don't know. I tried C++ a few years ago, but I just like C, to be honest. This is super cursed though, because I'm literally just copying all of the yeah, I'm working on right now. What I'm doing is I'm making the entity editing system. Eventually, this is gonna have like the idea is this frame delay, frame count, all this stuff is it's so that you can animate sprites. Oh dang! Did your message got deleted? That was not me. That's YouTube being an op. Oh yeah, what are you working on? I don't really know if I've considered myself a dev personally. I think I'm an idiot, but maybe every dev feels like that. I've never had like an actual programming job. For a game, this is like a game engine, so the idea is eventually it'll be a tool to make games, but I don't really, damage flash isn't even something that we care about. Yeah, I mean, I feel like game dev is not what I'm doing. I'm doing more like game development, if that makes sense. I don't really do any of the systems. I'm just doing the graphics and stuff and all that. Okay, so clear entity selection range. That's going to be on SDLK Z. We're going to do clear entity selection and as well as clear entity selection range. You're working on a custom programming language. That's impressive. Honestly, I don't understand typing enough to do that. This stuff is just for fun, yeah. I mean, me too. how are my files so big? To be honest, a lot of this stuff is like old stuff that I commented out. Like, not a lot of this stuff is in use, but a lot of this stuff is GUI. Like, this is kind of the master GUI loop. This file is particularly GUI, but I mean, I've got like a lot of lighting stuff, so good thing would be like to check here, compute sky. Oh, this is the header file, never mind. Compute skylight. Obviously I have this entire thing deprecated down here, but obviously these are like some mega functions that all do some like light map baking stuff that like with bounce lighting and all that, and this just takes up so much space. Like this function especially that generates a new light map on map load is like super long. It's it does all the UV light map stuff, so it iterates over like pixel wise, and then it does this bounce logic. Turns the code into a C++ program. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a wrapper over C++. Do you have like your own compiler or whatever? Hold on, I need to compile and see if this works. Yeah, I think this project is like 15,000, but honestly, it's one of these things where I just end up refactoring things and then keeping stuff around just in case I need it later because I get worried that I'm going to delete something that I need. Also, honestly, a big part of this engine is like the map editor, which takes up like a lot of space. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's sick. Is it like Is it like have you heard of these like I haven't used any of them like Zig or Odin. I know about Rust. I used Rust for a little bit. But no, we're still I mean the name of the stream is genuinely very correct as per usual. Uh, Interesting. I wonder if I'm just passing a bad pointer somehow. I think that's probably what's happening. Oh, my microphone does? Honestly, that's probably the truth. Have I ever touched Python or Lua? I've touched Lua as much as like scripting a you know like Vim stuff, but like never actually Python. I remember doing Python a little bit when I was in school, but like as far as like actually using it a ton, I had this like cellular automata project that I didn't see that I should have probably used Python for. I think Python is really cool, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of do everything in C. I don't know. It's kind of hard to go back once you start doing everything in C. To be honest. change entity selection range. I mean, this is. I guess I can just like check if int is null, then just return. But I mean, I should not be passing a null pointer to this. Add entity to selection int. Very interesting. I mean, to be honest, this pointer to the range is probably the issue, actually. Good question. I want to do a test here. I'm just going to comment all of this out, and then I'm going to see if I touch the entity, do I still get a segfault? And if not, then it's a problem with the range. Yeah, but the thing about my compiling, cutting out when I compile, yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm running this stream on a Surface Book, so a Surface Book running Linux, so that's probably has something to do with it. Actually, yeah, maybe because the it may be because the I'm passing it a pointer to a purely like stack allocated thing, and I just did it for. Oh no. Oh well, I mean, it's using the range data again, so that's probably has to do with it. Okay, so I now know the solution, and the solution is probably, to be honest, to not be passing a pointer to the struct, and instead just like straight up, I can just straight up put this stuff into editor config because, to be honest, it was just a wrapper for no reason, and oh yeah, that's totally why that happened, actually. This doesn't need to be a pointer. That's completely why that happened. Okay, well, that was just one line of code that was causing me a lot of trouble. Okay. I don't know why I made that pointer, and that's why I was confused why this wasn't that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then I need to go to the UI again and then change that. And this will work now. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I put a struct inside of another struct, I just end up always writing a pointer to it, even if I don't mean it. It's just like a bad force of habit, and then I forget later. That's why nobody should ever trust me with actual production code, because I would just like spaz out on it. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, my bad. It was one line short. I'm sorry. It's the best I can do. I've really got to fix this. Like, this should not be happening too. Just keep forgetting. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, dookie. Okay. Oh, come on. We were so close there. Really? An NK pool is what's holding us back here? I mean, sure, whatever floats your boat, man. I didn't update this. Oh yeah. Wait, what is ent referring to, by the way? Why is this not giving me a visual error in my code here? Why? Okay, this is really dumb, to be honest. Like, wait. Oh, that's the hovered info. That's why we use that? Okay, well, these references to that obviously have to get deleted. That was very stupid of me. Well, obviously, this doesn't even need to be around, but yeah. Apparently, it's this that doesn't need to be around. Okay, so that will compile fine, but I still have to make the equivalent of this with the new system, so that's probably going to be... Well, it still just has to be a checkbox. I just have to make a label for it. So it's going to be the same exact thing. Except we're going to go from spawn C vn, and then we're going to change this to go to visible. Okay. I mean, I don't even remember really how I made this. Okay, now we're gonna check this. Okay, all good. And now if I change this, well, this scale doesn't do anything, but this is 0, which is interesting. Oh, it's not going to do anything because my scale is 0. Okay, well, that does make sense. I think that it's casting it to an int because I made it as an int for whatever. Okay, I did make it as a float. Oh, I'm just not setting the editor config.scale equals. I mean, that should just be that. What else here? It's interesting that this is 0. I would have assumed maybe incorrectly that this would be 3.5 to 3.5 and not 0 to 3.5. That was my assumption, maybe a faulty assumption. I just made it incorrectly, but I possibly just did make it incorrectly, to be honest. I'm definitely going spawn x min spawn x max. I am definitely doing that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just literally just going to do this because it's the only way I know how to check this. I might as well compile again now. I mean, unless this is getting... Actually, yeah, I'm being, like, actually very stupid right now because I don't... What I should just do is... what should I do? Well... The obvious answer is to just call clear entity selection range once on initialization, which I just don't want to do that because that sounds just I mean, sure, I'll just drop this in here. me, I'll fix it later. If I clear it once, it'll work, but I really should have a function that just initializes all the editor config stuff instead of just like manually zeroing out the struct like I do. Like, this is so jank. Man, this is so... I just set that and forgot it like a long time ago, and it's just been such a pain since. I hate making functions that are like set to default value. Like, that's so boring. Okay. 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 So this is correct, finally, and our scale is increasing, and now we are going to... This is probably changing it. I can see this down here, the spawn increasing. Okay, correct. So now if I do... Am I crashing or am I just lagging? It's a good question. Segmentation fault. I was not lying. Wait, it's still this visible tag. I got rid of this. Unless I uncommented it out by accident, which is entirely possible. Oh yeah, I did. I commented it out, and then I uncommented it out to work on it, and then I compiled with it. So the question is like, how do I even translate that into a... Oh yeah, this is how I do it. I'm just gonna do range visible. Really, this can't actually be a checkbox, can it? Because if your selection is multiple, then what option are we gonna have it as? So then it has to be a button. I mean, I think that we just make this a button, yeah. I'm gonna go a button label, and then we'll just leave it like that. I'll just label one make all visible and make all not visible. So, okay, now okay, there we go. We are now editing multiple entities at once. Okay, so we will move that over there, and then hopefully we don't segfault again. And now they have moved. Yes, they did. The stream looks awfully laggy, and I apologize. It's just convenient for me to to desktop capture. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain. That works for me. That works for me. Process exited normally. I think that that's the first time that that's happened in the past hour. So that's nice. No, you make an NK label for this actually. Make an NK label and then two next to it that just go NK button label CTX, and we're just gonna say all visible, all not visible. I don't really know what it should say, but XYP, all not visible. I mean, technically, you could say something like remove visibility or something more sophisticated than that, but I prefer not to. Okay, so wait, I completely did this backwards. I caught that. Okay, this is still the same layout, so I think I'm going to do the same thing for alive next, since that's also a bool. Okay. No, we're cruising. We are cruising. What else did I have in this? Oh yeah, X, Y, and Z. That's a good one to do. Do we even care about editing X, Y, and Z? Not right now, for sure. But in the future, maybe if you have something that doesn't spawn in, I guess. I think it's fine. Depth we don't want to change. We want to change frame cooldown, frame delay. I think so it's frame cooldown that we're gonna change. Yeah. Okay. This has to be the exact same as these, actually. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Fantastic. Okay. Replace this with don't do this to me. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know what? I just realized we've been doing all this display data, but I haven't actually had a title. Oh man, I don't want to have to do all this centering div stuff. This is annoying. Fine. That means I have to copy and paste this a bunch of times. I mean, honestly, you don't really need a... I'll just go to... Wait. No, because it has the range. Yeah, I guess it needs the range. Okay. Looks good to me. I don't know why you would ever want to edit frame count in bulk, but we're gonna do that too because for posterity. I don't really know what posterity actually means. I just thought about how quiet it must sound without this music playing. Okay. Texture count, text ID. Text ID is probably useful to just display, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to display it. I don't think if you press that, you're probably going to just crash, to be honest, if you change it. So, replacing this with Yeah, that's what I'd recommend. I did put what I'm listening to in the description. I just didn't want to get you know owned by YouTube. I looked up how the copyright stuff worked, but like I'm not gonna like play like stupid music, you know. It's not something I want to do. I have two cursors. That's bad. Yeah. Just do this and then. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go display data here and then. Okay, that's done. Size, we should do size. Size is a good one. Do I want to do that? Like, I guess we can just do it like the same thing, actually. GLP. This is why I'm not a web designer, because if I designed websites, it would all be like this. I mean, it's without a doubt practical. Okay, you cannot say that it isn't practical. Uh, brightness we can do. Make a website and see. I kind of want to be honest. It would be the fastest website of all time. Yeah, I do want to. I was working on something last night. I was like trying to do like API calls to Spotify in C with curl, and that was fun. But I kind of it was kind of a failure, and I also realized that Spotify's API is really bad. I don't know if I'm gonna get into any trouble here, but I just think that they're kind of a not a very ethical company. What a surprise! But yeah, they've deleted like so much of their API, and now so much of their data is private. Like it was so crazy for me to find out. Like all of their like genre data and stuff is like private now. All their like music analyzer stuff is private. So um, for the RGB, I probably want to do a one of these color palette things that I'm going to copy the code for. Believe it or not, I have done quite a few things in JavaScript. I just haven't enjoyed them very much. I think it's kind of cool though. I mean, I think JavaScript gets a lot of hate, but it's kind of cool. They've got like arrows and brackets and all that. Like, the more arrows your language has, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, C has a lot of arrows, but JavaScript is like arrows within the function header. Like that's pretty cool. Debugging JavaScript is horrible. Yeah, I mean, I had like a basic bot web scraper whatever thing in JavaScript, and so I can relate to that. Okay, so these are both selected, and now we can change the size. If I gotta start my scale at something reasonable, but wow, they're getting bigger. And the frame cooldown, there we go. Start seeing some jiggle. Yeah. This does not work. Okay. The rest of this should work, it's just not going to update in real time. Radius 0 is pretty interesting because I don't think that either of these lights have radius 0, which is weird. I also have to update the range while I'm changing. I have to remember to do that. I printed this out twice probably. If I change frame count, oh, it does actually work. Wow. Frame count 1, frame count. Okay, so increasing the frame count. Oh, because I'm increasing it with floats instead of ints. That's definitely the problem there. Okay, so that's 100% the issue. I have this new thing here where I can now you can get textures from your computer just straight in. So if I have like this and then I want to load this in, and then I go over here. Let me go over here. Oh, I have to go to this draw mode. Then you can go to whatever's texture that you loaded in, and then do F9. And I'm going to show this off in my whatever update I do, but yeah, you can change the textures and all that now, and also reload textures with different settings. So let's say I want the wall to not have bitmaps or have bitmaps. I don't think that. Yeah, then we can do that, and then it's going to change the settings. I'm really at a bad angle to show it off, but see bitmapping in the distance, and then or not bitmapping, and the difference is very slight at this resolution, but yeah, there you can see it. It's kind of wavy. That's cool. What else? What else am I gonna do? So I guess I can change the make sure that this is increasing in not by scale but by integer. So this is going to be -1. I don't remember if that was displaying the actual frame count or if that was bugged out, but I'm just going to assume that it isn't bugged out. I'm wondering how I'm going to update this range. I could just make a flag that gets tripped when something gets changed and then just regenerate the range, but that sounds like a very inefficient way to do it because then I'd have to loop through all of them. I don't think I care since this is an editor thing, but I don't know. Bool change detected. I mean, it is what it is. It's just gonna lag like for 1 second when you make an entity change. That's just gonna be the trade-off for having all these ranges as a thing. Because otherwise we wouldn't have the ability to display all the ranges for everything you have selected. See, now this is coming back to bite me. That's the one thing that I do really dislike about Helix is that we have, for whatever reason, this wraparound thing when I'm faced with it. Like, honestly, just get rid of that, like, so that I can actually, not have that. Yeah, you can make a fancy macro to do all this for you, to be honest. But that's one of. And if we detect change, then I guess we just call straight up change entity selection range, and we have to loop through everything. This is the trade-off because I mean, technically you could just call it within every function call, every for loop. But then what if somehow you're lagging a lot and then you get 2 state changes in 1 frame? Then you kind of have a broken state. I don't really want that. So just for safety, I think it's a good idea to just for loop it down here. Okay. I wonder how bad that lag is going to be. I should probably. It's probably not too bad, but this is kind of just the price you pay for having the ranges. Like, there's literally no other way other than checking for state changes. I mean, I guess I could technically. The most efficient way for loop when I change, just check if every value for that specific property exceeds the range. For an editor-facing thing that it's not, performance isn't a thing, I don't think that I want to copy and paste all that code. That sounds like a pain. At least right now, I don't even have the NC fields all the way finished. Also have to fix this thing where these guys are. Whatever. The radius thing is really interesting, why this doesn't... See, this went up to... Okay. Interesting. Huh. It is changing both of them, as far as I can tell, but it is not changing the range for both upper and lower bounds, which is... It's... Oh, yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. It's because it gets bigger, and now it's not less than the range. Yeah, so I think I just have to do this the efficient way and then add whatever I'm changing to the range. Yeah, it's changing it. It's just the range is broken. Okay. Okay. So honestly, I mean, what else is there to say other than we just press U 50 times in a row and get rid of all of this? Because we can't do it the lazy way. Oh, I have to keep the formatting here though. Absolutely has to happen. I think that this is fine, right? Yeah, this is fine. I just have to go back and manually delete all this. Honestly, we could just... Okay, now I have to go in here and... I mean, don't we just go into the range right here and we go range spawn x minus equals scale, and then that's... And then we just change the max as well. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I really wish that there was I mean, to be honest, this is the way that I should have done it in the first place. I just didn't want to do all of this because it's like mind-numbingly boring. Oh, it's gonna equal 0 or equal 1, and then this would equal 1 as well. I guess. This is really bothering me right there. Okay. What am I doing here? I don't know. I kind of have that thing. I think it's just like ADHD, where I'm doing something and then like I catch something repetitive and then it just like I just like zone out, like to the point of like forgetting my name, you know. So that's probably why I don't like making websites or UIs or copying the same code 50 times in a row. Oh, that's why this random thing is because I didn't put I didn't put a title here. I was wondering what this random little thing is. That's what that is, okay. This is the efficient way to do this, is VNNN size. That's not the efficient way because then that adds it to your register so that you slow down. Alt-C, very nice. And then don't press enter at the end, you bozo. Okay, last one, finally. Okay, let's see if that's working. And get rid of this now. All right, scale. Okay, fantastic. Works as expected. Except frame count is, I changed it from int on the range because I was copying and pasting. I've got to figure out why the all visible, all not visible is not working. I think it's actually a problem with my drawing because I changed a bunch of these. Okay. I should also I think I'm going to copy and paste the whatchamacallit, man. Yeah. From my old entity code. Where would that even be? Yeah, that's the problem when you have files like this. It's just a bit painful. Entity properties, here it is. Type. I think just so that we can debug. It's a good idea. Once again, do not use that pointer. Absolutely do not use that pointer. This is going to be int. No, we do this is how we do it. We do int type. Why is that there? The type doesn't equal -1. Then we update it. I'm not writing this for loop again. Couldn't pay me. I mean, it's not enummified, but it's just for debug purposes anyway. Now the question that I have is with this radius thing, why is this not working? Unless one of these actually legitimately has a... I could check that, but... I really doubt it. Maybe I just copied and pasted that wrong. I'm not even gonna pretend like that's still on the jump list. Get rid of this. Oh, that's why. That is definitely why. Okay, so now I can do the RGB stuff. And just really copy and paste what was already there. It's gonna be this, I think. I literally just copied this from the nuclear example file, C file or whatever, and then just never look back. I think we put it at the bottom is good. Once again, do not use this pointer. Is the range? I have to set up a value for this, so I think we just do min. Like that seems... I think that just seems like the right thing to do, even if I'm not happy about it. It's not like I'm gonna make my own color picker. But yeah, I mean... This is a row of 3, so... I think we wanted to have a row of 1. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know. I think possibly it's just like my own quirk, maybe a hint of autism that I just really don't like any of the default GUI stuff. Like all of this stuff is so ugly to me, but just for the editor side, like I'm not gonna like get into like OpenGL quad drawing for it, because I'm like, I don't know, I have to refactor it so many times. Like to the point where it's just not worth it to make my own thing. But yeah, I'm like super with you on that. Also, I don't know how to do color pickers though. Ambient color. That's not the correct title. This is entity color. I love do it because it works out of the box like this, and I don't have to like obsess over it. But yeah, C is, yeah, it's going to be incredibly ugly for this. I mean, I plan on having like a GUI builder. I have like the structure of it kind of in the background, where the idea is you can make entities that are drawn as GUI elements. But I don't know. I don't really know how the OpenGL is going to look like for all that yet. I haven't really gotten into it. Ah, oh, segfault. Nah, classic. NK property I type. I told myself to not use the pointer, and then I somehow used the pointer. Oh, I used it on type. It wasn't even the color picker. Ah, they got me on this one. They got me on this one. They got me. I used this. Are you kidding me? I thought I put this at 0, and I think I undid it by accident. But yeah, the last time I did a GUI was actually in Rust, and it wasn't that bad of an experience. I think Rust gets too much love because they have like all the good libraries and stuff now. There's like no really good C GUI libraries. I think the Nuclear is pretty good for what it does, but it's kind of impossible to customize it. Like all the buttons look the same when it comes down to it. And to make a button that you hold down, for example, like if I wanted to make any of these buttons able to like hold it down to press them multiple times, I'd have to literally implement that myself, and I've done it before. You have to literally like go into SDL and then like count the ticks and stuff, and then do a modulus and all that. And I did all of that. It's just entirely stupid. Oh, come on now. I'm still using the pointer. Oh yeah, of course. Like ooh, Helix moment. I really should call these variables different things. I literally ran into like 20 segfaults today just because I refused to change a goddamn variable name. Okay, after this gets done, it is kind of done. What do I want to change? Oh yeah, I want to fix a visible thing. Which it's gonna be, that is going to be I want to go to honestly the entity batch and batch it in because that's really where it matters. Here. This is fine. Yeah, you know it's bad when you're compiling straight into GDB. It's only typos that I'm running into today, though. Really? Okay. So it sets it to the minimum one, which is kind of random, but now I can change them. It's not going to update in real time, but hopefully let's see if I can actually just like change it and then reload them. Why is this not working? Okay. You know, maybe I do have to make my own color picker. I don't know. Oh, it's because the range isn't updating and it's setting it back to the range. Okay. Okay, let's just test some things. So let's make this. This should have a bottom out, but let me just test. Oh, I compiled after the whole visible thing. This type doesn't work. Okay. Facts. Facts. Okay. So. Yeah, you would not believe how long it takes me to find my bugs sometimes. What was the bug? The most recent bug was there was something really, really stupid. Like I don't know, that bug I had earlier where that bug I had earlier was hilarious where I just like set it to a garbage pointer and a struct. Like and I just like it was not supposed to be a pointer. I just brain farted and wrote a pointer there, and then I was just like segfaulting. Like, what's the problem? But it was just. I mean, really, so I'm kind of like I'm solving a problem that doesn't need to be solved here. You know, I just want it so that we have something that can change when our selection changes. You know, and reflect that change. But I don't really know how to do it. I guess I could like average the colors together, but yeah, I need to change the range. I mean, honestly, this is kind of the angle where I would change change entity selection range and I just pass in the int, right, with the new value. Because doing that manually is because I don't know which one changed where. What was the bug that I just ran in with doing that before? I don't really remember, to be honest. Oh yeah, I know the bug. It's a logical bug because, oh man. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. If there's a change, then I'm just going to how do I even detect a change with this? Is it what does this return? Is this NK bool or what? Yeah. So if we get a change, then I'm going to do the thing where I don't know. Let's try this. I just really I'm a huge fan of the fancy little color pickers that Nuclear has. But yeah, I could just definitely make it property F. At the end of the day, it is literally just property F. Inside of it is the interior. I should really start compiling at a lower resolution so that it doesn't kill my computer, to be honest. I feel like the frame rate is suffering from all the streaming. Okay, so we're gonna try to make all of these the same color as the plan. Make them like super bright and with an insane radius. I think our maximum radius is 5 and then everything breaks, so if I go all not visible, they disappear. Good. Okay. That works. Oh, I forgot to fix the type. I think that's probably just a bug with adding a float and casting it to int again. Okay, this is taking forever. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they all changed color. Cool. So now you can batch entity changes. Cool. I think that's all of that done pretty much. I just have to fix the fix the type here. Type equals. You know, okay. So this isn't going to work. That's annoying, to be honest. Yeah, this stuff in nuclear is the stuff that I find very frustrating when it's I just have to basically do 2 button labels again, is what I should do for this, but it's kind of annoying when it's just a, to have to do this when it's just a type. Like I would like it to be a property, but to detect state changes on properties, it's kind of annoying if you don't have a starting value like I don't have, because we can have multiple things selected, obviously, so that turns into a big issue. Do I even have a type min? No. Okay, that's finished. I've got to make sure to not put the scale here again. Okay. Okay, all that seems squared away. So now it's really a matter of making the entity texture stuff work properly. What was the name of this? Init text arrays. There was a init static text array, and then we were going to make one for entities. It's pretty much going to be the same exact thing, but the interior of them are different. Because they have different vertex data, so have to keep them separate, I think, is the way to go. I'm just gonna do this, is basically what's happening here. Why is this? Oh yeah. Okay. I think it's basically the same thing. It's just switching this around. Array index doesn't equal array index. Yeah, that should still be the same thing. We should get this away from stack allocated. Maybe I should wait to change that. Okay. This was a bunch of experimental stuff that I'm not actually going to use. Okay. This seems fine for me. Yeah, it's really a matter of I have to make it separate. In the UI, because right now I just have it. The idea is probably you end up having two buttons here under load texture, one that loads it in as an entity texture, and one that loads it in. Yeah, because this is distribute static text to array, and there was a reason for that being separate. Yeah, it's because we init a static text array and not a entity one. So I guess we can do a thing here where this is the texture static and the texture entity. I just have to grab a layout or dynamic here. Yeah, I mean, we do end up. I think this is going to give us pain in the future if I make this. But I think that I have to make it separate. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to make it separate. There's just no way that I don't. Because they have different vertex data. The entities have like dynamic attributes, so I think it's a good idea to keep them separate. I just don't want to copy the code again. Sounds like a bad idea. Text array count. Yeah, this is a disgusting refactor. Done. I guess the thing that I'd want to make sure that we pay attention to is that I don't know. I'm just gonna drop a to-do here, save it to the jump list, and then go to the load. Yeah, this is gonna be the I mean, this is what it's going to end up being, and I know that it looks really bad, but it makes sense in my mind because everything is either a static thing or it moves. So if you have two different functions, then that's okay. Even if they do pretty much the same thing, they probably will do different things later. Because I could do something with like a switch case. I just feel like it isn't necessary. Now all of this is type doesn't equal text entity. Right, I just sort them here. Oh, you know, hold on, don't I already have a function that does this though? Oh, the lag. Create new static text array. It might be create new static text array actually. It's kind of cursed that I have create new static text array group and new static text array. Kind of is cursed. I think I had this in the map though. Distribute static text to array is what it is. I think that function does the exact same thing. Has a so this rebuilds the draw buffers as well. Right, I forgot about that. So on init, I'm wondering if I segfault if I try this out. But probably, but I mean it's worth a shot. Just so that I can No, you know what? I'm vetoing that. This is this way for a reason. And I think it has something to do with the layer indexes getting distributed properly. Like if I mess with that, then everything is gonna get initialized weird. I think that this can get replaced though. Right. This can get replaced because it's right in here. This is what I was gonna do. Entity texture array group equals. I really could just yeah. This is what I was going to do, was replace this. Does the exact same thing, but gets rid of a bunch of code. Because I didn't change this, that's why it's mad at me. Okay, so that's squared away. Now it's just a matter of fixing it on this end. Load texture entity, distribute entity text to array. Oh, I didn't make that function yet. That's, I guess I was just gaslighting myself into into believing that I did. Right, because I don't want to have to go through all this logic again and make sure that it doesn't break anything, but I wrote the to-do here. That is true. I mean, I can just change the types and then see if anything breaks. Okay. I can't tell if this is the sign of really good code or really bad code. Having a lot of stuff already done. It's head of file. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's... I vaguely remember what this code is doing. It's doing something vaguely important, actually. It's rebuilding draw arrays when we change texture settings. I didn't make that function. Right, I have to change the type of this. Alright, I didn't do that function yet. I think that this is all correct though. Probably forgetting something, but I think that this is correct. Rebuild entity draw array needs to happen though. That uses the resizable entity vertices, as I call them. I don't know if I'm gaslighting myself into believing that this is good software design, but, to have these different, but I think it makes sense because you always want to draw entities separately. At least that's how I understand it. There has to be a better way to do that. All right. What is this? Oh, this is referring me back to you're not actually taking me to the thing, are you? Okay. I just need to change this. Okay, that seems correct. I just wandered into the wrong function there. Okay, this is redone a bit. I changed a bunch of types. To my eyes, it looks correct. Where does current entry come from? Current entry is passed in texture entry. Okay. Just making sure. That's the stuff that you gotta lock in for, because if I miss something up here, then I'm gonna be looking for it forever. What do you mean I just made this function? Did I call it the same thing? Oh, I didn't add it to the header file, that's why. Let's put it with the other one. Okay. let's change this. Okay, so now we have, oh, this was the wrong one. Okay, so now these are going separately. The issue is that I don't have, that's what I should do. I should make a drop down for entity textures on the GUI for editing them. So that's going to go over here. I'm going to use a combo box just like I use for the geometry. If I can find it over here. Try text selection. Yes, right here. I think I need to do the fill combo label thing. I wonder how much of this I need to copy. Don't really know. Unsure. But I'm just going to copy a lot of it just in case. I think we just put this at the top. So GOP. So this is going to be one of this is going to be entity label. The labels is now going to have to filter 100% filter. We're going to pass in a texture type. And if we pass in text entity, then I'm going to bypass everything that is a text entity. How do I do that in a fancy way? Good question. That's a good question. I don't really know. I guess you could pass in I hate doing the whole Boolean entity thing, but maybe that's just the way to do it because I don't want to everything is either going to be an entity texture or a geometry texture. So even UI would be entity texture. So I can just literally just do that, I think. This valid equals true. So that's when we detect a valid texture. So if skip entities is true, we're skipping entities, then this is going to work like I want it to. So if we aren't skipping entities and hold on. I was cooking something here, but I think it's inverted. I think if we're not skipping entities and the type is text entity, then that's good. Yeah, that's correct. I do have, just notice I do have use of, okay, so that's just me copying and pasting stuff and not working. Okay, so let me go to these, and then these are going to be true. We are skipping entities on those. Oh, this is going to be false because this is the entity one. I mean, technically I could just go, I'm going to have to fill this with something, so I'm just going to take the editor config dot entity selection and then just take index 0, since we're guaranteed to have index 0 if we get into here, dot end. And then this is going to be the text ID for that end. No, I think we're just replacing tribe label with vn and then we're just going to replace this with the entity label. That should be working. Should technically be the same thing. This is using some try stuff here, try selection, so I have to change this to right, because this is applying it to the entire selection, so this is going to go in editor config dot entity selection count. And then we're just going to instead change this to be entity pointer int editor config dot entity selection I technically, yeah, you do want the because we are going to have the draw index be a part of the struct later, so is this entity selection? I did call this entity selection, right? Yeah. I'm just going to leave that there just so that I remember later, because right now I'm not going to touch it. For num points, we don't care about any of this, so I can just get rid of this, actually. The draw index would, of course, be the cell draw index, or it would be the cell dot something. I did make this a thing, 100%. editor draw index, but I don't want to be using this for anything yet. Hold on, maybe I do. Okay, I see what the issue is here. The issue is that the entities don't have draw indexes like the geometry does, because I forgot to set that up. So okay, so that's going to be our next thing to do. Just gonna comment that out then. Okay. Just gonna write a to do here then, so that I don't forget. It's need cached draw indices. Okay, so actually do they? Because they're getting updated every frame, typically, right? So let me go to the code that does that and try to figure that out, because it might actually, we might just be able to just change it and then not have to worry about the draw indices. So this is entity shader. I can just find this and then go down here and then yeah, I mean, this might change based on the order, so it's not even. It's not even a thing about oh, my music ended again. I was listening to Corelli and I finished Concerti Grossi, which means that I've been live for an incredible amount of time, just locked in here. I kind of wanted to finish this though. Yeah, I don't need to actually cache the draw indices. That's a complete mistake there. I don't need to remove it from the draw buffer. Because it's going to automatically update. So all of this can get deleted, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. Wait, so what am I changing here? Good question. I think that I'm just changing the text ID, right? Like you just go int text ID equals selected text ID, and then that's just it. I'm thinking way too hard about this, because when I go to draw, it's just automatically going to reference the layer. So I don't need to change the draw buffers anyway for entities. I should just try and compile this, I guess. Let me see what the. I forgot to change these to true. Okay. I'm going to compile. Yeah, I'm zoned out. I need another coffee. And it's incredibly hot in this room, so I'm probably gonna work outside and then end the stream in a little bit. Hopefully this stream gets saved, I don't know. I've never streamed on YouTube before, I have no clue what it's doing. Okay, there we go. Is that a segfault? Fantastic. Oh, that's not good. Factories. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this NK string length before. I know where it is. It's did I copy the header here? Texture selection and false label. So it's gonna be here is exactly what I put out. Actually, no, this isn't going to be where it is. Because we wouldn't have gotten into here because our entity selection is 0. So it's probably right here. It probably actually has to do with my fill labels logic. That's all I can think about. Let's just try something here and let's just try compiling without this code and then let's just see if this is absolutely the line that's doing it, because I was never confident that would work anyway. If I don't segfault, then how am I going to do this? If you want to skip entities, then I mean, I could just test it out with saying if skip entities, then that's pretty jank. But Okay, I compiled, so okay, yeah, we aren't crashing, so I'm gonna assume that that's the issue. We do have this. This is working as expected. Okay, so that's good. I think, yeah, so if skip entities, I mean, I will probably change this later anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it being actually good. I just want to finish this real quick. Oh my gosh, Helix moment. Okay, that's honestly like heinous. Like that's a war crime, but it's going to not give me a segfault, so that's what I care about right now because I'm wrapping up. Okay. So next on the list after this is to I don't know. Good question. Make lighting work properly for multiple light sources, I guess. Like right now, they don't actually edit the UV light map properly, so that probably is something that I can work on. Okay. You're not gonna let me out of this, are you? It's probably something that comes as a consequence of skipping the text entities. Like, so if this gets to be valid equals false, logically, I don't really know anymore, to be honest. I'm down to try commenting this out specifically. I think probably what's happening is that I guess it could be, I don't know, because I have this if we go over the max textures then we break, so I don't think it's if Yeah, I might just have to leave this for me after I have my coffee. Because I don't really get it. Yeah, that doesn't segfault me, so that does. Okay. Well, so there is a logical error here. Here. It's so broken that GDB doesn't even know what to tell me. It might be infinite looping as well. Like I didn't. This is a while loop, so this is kind of prime for infinite looping. If t goes over max textures, then if this is always not valid. Oh, yeah, it's infinite looping. Okay. I mean, the way you could write this is super cursed, but I mean, I just want this to work right now. So I think wait, no, you can't return. You have to. Oh God, what did I write here? Oh, this is so bad. I mean, yeah, you could still do this. This is still fine because we have a break right after after this code. So if you hit this, then you're still fine. Okay. Um, this is really Jake. Yeah, you know what? I think that I might just have to leave this for me later. Uh, oh, I see what's happening. P doesn't increase. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, so we don't have to do the shaky stuff. I just have to T++. I don't know why I had to turn this function into a lead code problem, but that's literally what happened for whatever reason. Okay, I think that should fix it. Okay. Okay, now the effect of this should be that we only have entity textures here, and when it comes to walls, we only have, hopefully, we don't have entity textures here. Okay, fantastic. We did it. We did it. Okay. Well, that is neat. That is neat. So, we should be able to batch change these textures. Okay, we are able to do that. I wonder if if I can load in a texture as an entity texture. Does this work? Does it work? I have no clue if this specific thing is going to work. Zero clue. Yeah. Looks like no. Yeah, but to be honest, I barely looked at that code, so that's fair that that doesn't work. To be honest, I probably have to look at it again. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's probably just like not loading in with the right texture type. That's actually literally what's probably happening. This is also only going to show non-entities, which it's good because this logic is going to have to completely be separate too. So I've got to make it so that your scale starts at something reasonable. Okay. Now that's one scary ghost. Okay. Let's just check that. In, where would that even be? That's up here. Load texture entity. Distribute entity text. Load texture full. Texture full lowest equals dot type equals entity text. Oh, it's text entity. Yeah. This should be the final compile, and then I'm gonna take a break. Okay, let's see. Loading in a texture stone brick as an entity, and then we go get rid of this. Goes to selecting an entity and then trying to change it to that. I'm not surprised, to be honest. Badges index, entity index, badges index, counter plus plus equals I. Batches index. Batches index. Is this? No, it's this. It's this line right here. The index is texture pool and text ID that array index, which should get changed. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be getting changed to an invalid index somehow. I don't know if that's gonna be an easy fix though. No, it's not. It's not here. It's just literally search for it like this. I don't know why I'm trying to. Let's find the lowest index, and that should be fine. I don't see how that could be the issue. Oh, you know what it could be? Hold on. I think I know what it is. I think that the batches are malloc based on. I didn't mean to do that. the batches are malloc based on entity text array count. So that would definitely be why the segfault is happening. So it's probably not getting incremented when it needs to. Oh yeah, text array count. Duh. I just need to search for text array count. And then I'm pretty sure just replace this with entity text array count. Forgetting to change my global state is a pretty bad thing to be doing. Okay. I'm actually pretty happy with a bug like that. Like, that's not a big issue at all. That's a really quick fix. Okay. What was I doing? Okay. Go to F9, load texture, stone brick, load texture entity, and then go to this menu, stone brick. Okay. Now I have a stone brick torch. Fantastic. Okay. I think that's it for me. Today, I think that's good progress. Every entity can now be whatever texture you want from your computer. That's pretty cool. All right. Hopefully YouTube saves this stream as like archival, but I gotta get outside. It's super hot in here. All right. So thanks for watching. Peace.